So I wanted to start with feet. I wrote that one down, which was an interesting one. I heard you talking about even all your individual toes and your small toe and everything. And there's a lot of senses and how your fascia links into your feet. Tell us a little bit about why feet are so important in what you're discussing at the moment.
So the feet are amazing. I think my interest in feet came when I was a kid, like trying to run on gravel and then, things like that. So, but it wasn't, I didn't realize it until like really my first month or so in practice. The patients that I had whose lives were sort of wrecked by pain always had foot problems. So then I would learn how to manipulate the feet, and I just had to keep diving into the importance of the feet. So I love the fact that there's a lot of real estate in the brain dedicated to the feet. So after the tongue and lips and face, the hands, then the feet. But I was also inspired by like this one girl who lost her arms and she could blow dry her hair with her feet, and she could put mascara on. And then there's a Korean pianist that is a concert pianist that plays with his toes. So, doesn't that tell you how important they are? And we're walking on them, So the feet have lots of neurology. So not only brain, but nerves. And then it's just really amazing, the design of the fascia of the feet. So I like to tell people, so we've got the superficial fascia and we have the deep fascia. And usually there's a fat layer between them. On the feet, they're merged. So the superficial fascia gets information from the outside of the body. The deep fascia can get information from the inside of the body, and they merge. So they're talking together. So we're getting so much information in our feet. And feet are very emotional for people. Like I also think about people that have very low self-image oftentimes have very ugly and uncomfortable feet.
Really?
I'm not kidding. It's the craziest thing. So those movies where they show ugly women's feet, and people are very self-conscious about their feet, and they will hide them.
Is there things that you should do? Like I've read about the importance of walking out on the ground or on the beach or just with bare feet. Is that, and there was some crazy reason that they explained, but I did it, and I like to try and do it as much as I can. But are there some things that you should do for your general well-being that we can all do?
Yes. Be barefoot as much as you can in surfaces outside your home. Even, notice change of carpeting. Carpet between, wood, carpet, tile, the cold, warmth, and get outside, get barefoot as much as possible. Now, there are exceptions. There are people with, neuropathies and painful feet that need some degree of cushioning, but take advantage of getting out in the grass whenever you can barefooted. So you can also do things like have a dishpan of rice, and you can walk and move your toes in it, and or sand, things like that. But I'm a big fan of changes in texture. So that's why, I love the flat side of the Bosu bowl. I love the pipes that I use. Everything's about texture for me as well as instability.
Right. And what would that be doing then if you can do that more regularly or as much as possible?
It's going to make your balance better, your posture, gait, your relationship to your external environment. You'll be safer. You'll have it helps you develop that sixth sense of knowing, like almost anticipating what's going to happen. So that's one of the exciting things too, is athletes. I can't tell you how many stories, not just athletes, everybody. It's like, oh my God, I would have really hurt myself, but I sort of knew it was coming and I was able to avoid it. Or, they recover more quickly. It's like I'm in the middle of a misstep and I can correct it. Those are really valuable things for the quality of somebody's life, if you can keep them out of a cast or keep them out of the hospital. So the feet are good.
Do you find that if people with different pain in other parts of their bodies as well, that some of that stems from issues in the feet?
You have you have no idea. The stories are unbelievable. Like even things from menstrual cramps to neck pain, headache. I mean, back pain, they know that a huge percentage of back pain arises from the feet.
Really? Mm-hmm. And that's because people are wearing like wrong shoes, or they're just not using their feet in the right way? Is it just more of a general...
Things. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, both of those things. And, people have done a real disservice to their feet mostly. Like, I think statistically, over 80% of foot problems are the result of foot gear that you're wearing. So here in Southern California, you pretty much can guarantee you're going to have foot problems if you wear flip-flops.
Really?
Yeah, I have a friend that's a podiatrist, and she's like, yeah. She said, I have patients in high school that I wouldn't have as patients if they weren't wearing flip-flops, and they won't give them up.
So is that not similar to not wearing any shoes then? Is that, what
No,
should you
flip-flops,
wear?
you're doing crazy things with your toes to keep your flip-flops on.
Really?
Yeah, and it goes all the way up. And then if you notice, most people wear their flip-flops until the toe part breaks through, and you'll see the wear and tear. They wear them on the inside or the outside. 5 minutes in the wrong shoes can dismantle you for a long time and really set you up. Because people say, but, I only wear them for like 10 minutes. I'm like, a lot can happen in 10 minutes.
Yeah, since I moved here, I always, unless it's business, I love not wearing shoes. So what should you wear if if it is hot and you don't want to, and you
Well, you know what, there are some companies that make, the mules, the slides that your feet can walk normally in.
So that's what you should look for then.
That's what you should look for.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, then please go over to iTunes and subscribe to the Escape Your Limits podcast. Leave a review, leave a comment. It really would help us a lot to continue to keep these going.